Om Gam Ganapatye Namaha. Sri Krishna Deva Raya, ruling from 1509 to 1529 AD, was a celebrated monarch of the Vijayanagara Empire, admired by both Kannadigas and Telugu speakers, born to Nagala Devi and Tuluva Narasa Nayaka, a military chief. Under Saluva Narasimha Deva Raya, he ascended the throne to prevent the empire's decline, marking a significant period in South Indian history. The king had a cheerful disposition but was prone to fits of anger and was ruthless in maintaining the law. He maintained himself to a high level of physical fitness through daily exercises. Travelogues indicate that the king was not only an able administrator but also an excellent general, leading from the front in battle and even attending to the wounded. He was reputed to be respectful to foreign visitors. The able Prime Minister Timarasu, who was regarded by the king as a father figure, was responsible for the coronation of Sri Krishna Deva Raya. After a 21-year glorious rule from 1509 to 1529 AD, Krishna Deva Raya left behind a rich legacy of artifacts, treasury troves, temples, palaces, monuments, and the royal city that was declared in 1986 a World Heritage Site by the United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. Vijayanagar in Sanskrit means city of victory. Dom Francisco P.S. was a Portuguese traveler who visited the Vijayanagara Empire in the early 16th century. His accounts provide a detailed description of the empire's grandeur, including its capital, administration, social practices, and the wealth and the power of its ruler, Krishna Deva Raya. P.S. writings are crucial historical sources that offer insights into the life and times of one of the greatest medieval empires. P.S. could estimate the size of Vijayanagar as large as Rome, and he considered Vijayanagar to be the best provided city in the world, with a population of around 500,000. The emblem of Krishna Deva Raya was designed with Varaha, the boar, an avatar of Vishnu. Krishna Deva Raya was well versed in Rajaniti and followed the age-old traditional teachings of great historians such as Manu, Kautilya, Shukra, Vidura, and Bhishma. Vijayanagar Empire embraced in its ample fold all of the present states of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala, and even extended into the Utkal regions of Orissa. The official languages of the court were Kannada and Telugu. Krishna Deva Raya divided the entire empire into several administrative divisions, while Rayalaseema, Ballari, and Kurnool regions, who looked after by the emperor himself. Other major parts of the empire were under many feudal lords, as has been the practice introduced by Tuluva kings. The feudatories built forts around their capitals. Temples were built, and knowledgeable Brahmins were made in charge of these temples. The empire had a central government, guided by a group of ministers, headed by Sulva Timarasu. The king paid considerable attention to civil administration. The executive authority was entrusted with the local or the communal institutions. The king and his ministers were supervising them. The king maintained a large and powerful army consisting of elephant corps, cavalry, and infantry. The Nayakas of the military were assigned to certain areas for administration and collection of taxes. There were roughly about 200 such Nayakas. They were regular military school to train young and new recruits. Maintenance of forts was also the duty of the Nayakas. Vijayanagar city itself was well fortified with 7 rounds of ramparts, with circuitous approaches to protect them from strangers. Army also maintained a group of musicians like trumpeters and drummers. There was a social harmony in the army, and even the low caste men were promoted to that of a Nayaka. Kiladi Sadashiva Nayaka was one such person. The empire had a navy with several ports under its command, including some in Ceylon, that is Sri Lanka. The Portuguese chronicle Domino Pius praised Krishna Deva Raya as the most feared and perfect king, a great ruler and a man of much justice. Though a follower of Vaishnavism, he respected all sects. Pius sarcastically summarizes the king's attitude to matter of law and order by quoting that the king maintains the law by killing. Offences against property and theft ranged from cutting off a foot and a hand and beheading for murder. With the active cooperation of Sulva Timmarasu, he administered the kingdom well, maintained peace in the land, and increased the prosperity of the people. He believed the king should always rule with an eye towards dharma. His concern for the welfare of the people is amply proved by his extensive tours throughout the empire, during which he studied everything personally and tried to redress the grievances of the people and to punish the evildoers. Krishna Deva Raya established friendly relations with the Portuguese, who set up the Portuguese dominion of India in Goa in 1510. The emperor obtained guns and Arabian horses from the Portuguese merchants. He also utilized Portuguese expertise in improving water supply to Vijayanagara city. Madurai came under the control of the Vijayanagara kingdom in the 15th and the 16th centuries. Nayakas of Nayaka dynasty were rulers from 1559 until 1736 of the region comprising most of the present Tamil Nadu, with Madurai as the capital. Vishwanatha Nayaka, who won the confidence of Vijayanagara Emperor, was made the ruler of Madurai territory. During this time, the Meenakshi temple was greatly expanded, and some of the temple towers, the Rajagopurams and Tippakulam tanks were constructed. Krishna Deva Raya was formally initiated into the Vaishnava Sampradaya by Vyasatirtharu of Udupi and other Vedanta scholars of the time. All the great rulers of the southern peninsula have paid homage to Lord Sri Venkateshwara in this ancient shrine at Tirupati. The Pallavas of Kanchipuram, the Cholas of Tanjavur, the Pandyas of Madurai, and the kings and the chieftains of Vijayanagar were devotees of the Lord, and they competed with one another in endowing the temple with rich offerings and contributions. Krishna Deva Raya respected all sects of Hinduism, and he lavished on Tirumala Venkateshwara temples numerous objects of priceless values, ranging from diamond-studded crowns to golden swords. His devotion was at its peak when he issued 30,000 special edition gold coins with which he had performed Kanakabhishekam to the presiding deity at Tirumala as a thanksgiving on capturing the Udaygiri fort, now in Nellore district, after defeating Prataparudra Gajapati of Kalinga dynasty. Additionally, he is known to have commissioned the making of statues of himself and his two wives and consorts installed at the portals of the temple. It was during the rule of Vijayanagara dynasty that the contributions to the temple increased. The characteristic features of this period is the development of the temple's complex, concentric series of rectangular enclosure walls with gopurams, that is, towered gateways, in the middle of each side. Of the numerous Vijayanagara complexes in southern India, the most magnificent ones are those at Kanchipuram, Tiruvannamalai, and Vellore. He not only marked the climax in the territorial expansion of Vijayanagara Empire, but was also remarkable for the encouragement and development of arts and letters. Himself an accomplished scholar, Raya was a generous patron of learning. He was in no way less famous, writes Krishna Shastri, for his religious zeal. He respected all sects of Hindu religion alike, although his personal leanings were in favor of Vaishnavism. The rule of Krishna Deva Raya was an age of prolific literature in many languages, although it is also known as the golden age of Telugu literature. Many Telugu, Sanskrit, Kannada, and Tamil poets enjoyed the patronage of the emperor. Emperor Krishna Deva Raya was fluent in many languages, including his mother tongue Tulu. He patronized poets and scholars in Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, and Sanskrit. The rule of Krishna Deva Raya was an age of prolific literature in many languages, although it is also known as the golden age of literature. Many Telugu, Sanskrit, Kannada, and Tamil poets enjoyed the patronage of the emperor. In Sanskrit, Krishna Deva Raya himself, an accomplished scholar, wrote Madalasa Charita, Satyavadu Parinaya, and Rasamanjari, and Jambavati Kalyana. Jambavati Kalyana is a literary work that narrates the divine marriage of Lord Krishna and Jambavati, one of his principal queens. This story, often depicted in various Indian classic literature and scriptures, focuses on the events that lead to their marriage, showcasing the deep spiritual and divine element embedded in Hindu mythology. It is celebrated for its depiction of devotion, love, and divine play, that is, Leela, of Lord Krishna. Sri Krishna Deva Raya wrote the book Amukta Malayada in Telugu, beautifully describing the pangs of separation suffered by Sri Andala, that is, incarnation of goddess Sri Mahalakshmi, for her lover Lord Vishnu. He describes Andala's physical beauty in 30 verses, using description of the spring and the monsoons as metaphors. And the sensual pleasures of union extends beyond the physical level and becomes a path to and a metaphor for spirituality and ultimate union with the divine. One of the main characters is Pariyalavar, the father of Andal. Lord Vishnu's commands Pariyalavar to teach a king of the Pandya dynasty the path of knowledge to moksha. Amuktya Malayada is also known by the name Vishnu Chittiyam, a reference to Vishnu Chittudu. The Telugu name Vishnu Chittara Periyalvar. Several other short stories are included in Amukta Malayada. In the main story of Goda Devi, the Sanskrit name of Kotai, Nachiyar, that is Andal, Krishna Raya was also well versed in Sanskrit, Tamil, and Kannada. 8 poets known as Ashtadigajas or Ashtaka Vidyajalu, that is 8 elephants in the 8 cardinal points such as north, south, etc., were part of his court known as Bhuvana Vijayamu. According to the Vaishnavite religion, it is believed that there are 8 elephants in 8 corners in space which hold the earth in its place. Similarly, these 8 poets were the 8 pillars of his literary assembly. Krishna Deva Raya's reign was the golden age of Telugu literature. The 8 renowned poets include Alasani Peddanna, Nandi Timmanna, Madhavagiri Mallanna, Durjati, Ayalaraju Ramabhadrudu, Pingala Suranna, Tenali Ramakrishna, and Bhattumurti, also known as Ramaraja Bhushanudu. Among these 8 poets, Alasani Paddanna is the greatest and is given the title of Andhra Kavita Pitamaha, the father of Telugu poetry. Manucharitramu is his popular Prabandha work. Manucharitramu dwells into the story of Saroshchitamanu, intervening themes of love, destiny, and divine intervention, showcasing Peddanna's mastery in weaving complex narratives and his pivotal role in the Prabandha genre in Telugu literature. This literary piece is renowned for its story that revolves around Lord Krishna's quest to obtain the divine Parijata tree from the heaven to fulfill his queen Satyabhama's wish. Timmanna's narrative skillfully combines elements of devotion, valor, and the ethereal beauty of celestial realms, making it a significant contribution to Telugu literature and a testament to the vibrant culture and the spiritual life during Krishna Deva Raya's reign. Nandi Timmanna, also known as Mukku Timmanna, is renowned for his contribution Parijata Parharamu to Telugu literature. This classic work narrates the story of Lord Krishna's quest to obtain the celestial Parijata flower for his consort, Satyabhama, reflecting Timmanna's mastery in portraying divine tales with elegance and wit. This work is a celebrated piece in the rich tapestry of Telugu literary heritage, underlining the culture and spiritual ethos of the Vijayanagara Empire. Rajashekara Charitramu, authored by Madhigiri Mallanna, stands as a distinguished work in Telugu literature composed during the era of Vijayanagara Empire. This literary piece, celebrated for its narrative depth and cultural richness, vividly portrays the life and exploits of his protagonist, Rajashekara, weaving together elements of romance, ethics, and statecraft. Madhigiri Mallanna, esteemed among the Ashtadigajas at the court of King Krishna Deva Raya, showcases his literary prowess through this work, contributing significantly to the golden age of Telugu literature. Kalahasti Mahatmadu is a celebrated work by the poet Durjati, dedicated to the glory of the deity in the temple of Sri Kalahasteshwara in Kalahasti. This literary piece, written in Telugu, is part of Bhakti movement literature, highlighting Durjati's devotion and the spiritual significance of Lord Shiva. It showcases Durjati's poetic brilliance and deep spiritual insights, contributing significantly to Telugu literature and the devotional literary tradition. Ayyalaraju Ramabhadrudu wrote Rama Abhidayamu. Rama Abhidayamu is notable work in the realms of Telugu literature, celebrating the life and virtues of Lord Rama. This piece stands as a testament to Ramabhadrudu's devotion and literary skill, offering readers a deep dive into the epic narrative of Rama's heroism, righteousness, and the triumph of good over evil, encapsulating within the rich tapestry of Telugu poetic tradition. Pingala Surana wrote the still remarkable Raghava Pandaviyamu, a dual work with double meaning built into the text, describing both the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Tenali Ramakrishna, also known as Tenali Rama, is traditionally credited with authoring several works, the most famous being Panduranga Mahatma, which emphasizes devotion to Lord Vittala, a form of Lord Krishna. His literary output reflects his wit, intelligence, and mastery in blending humor with wisdom. Tenali Ramakrishna also first wrote Udbhatharya Charitramu, a Shaivite work, and later wrote Vaishnava devotional text Panduranga Mahatmahu and Gatikachala Mahatmahu. Bhattumurti alias Ramaraja Bhushanadu wrote Kavyalankara Sangrahamu, Vasu Charitramu, and Haricharana Lopakyamu. Among these works, the last one is a dual work which tells simultaneously the story of King Harishchandra and Naladamayanti. The period of empire is known as Prabandha period because of the quality of Prabandha literature produced during this time. Prabandha literature refers to a genre of narrative poetry in Indian literature characterized by its elaborate style and thematic diversity, often combining elements of romance, heroism, and mythology within a structured framework. Originating in the ancient and medieval periods, it played a significant role in the development of literature in various languages, including Sanskrit, Kannada, Telugu, and Tamil. Prabandha works are notable for their intricate composition, lyrical beauty, and the integration of philosophical and ethical considerations, offering insight into the culture, social, and religious life of their times. Tenali Rama remains one of the most popular folk figures in India today, a quick witted courtier ready even to outwit the all powerful emperor. Tenali Ramakrishna was also the court jester of whom there are innumerable stories for the children. He patronized Kannada poets Mallanaraya, Chetu Vitthalanatha, Timmana Kavi Mallanaraya wrote Veera Shaimarita, Bhavachintana Ratna, and Satyendra Cholakate. These works, celebrated for their contribution to Kannada literature, showcase Mallanaraya's literary prowess and his role in the vibrant literary scene of his time. Chetu Vittalanatha is credited with translating the Bhagavad Purana into Kannada, making a significant contribution to Kannada literature and the Vaishnava Bhakti movement. This work, comprising thousands of stanzas, covered the entire original version in Shatpati meter and played a crucial role in spreading Vaishnavism teachings. Timmanna Kavi, who wrote a eulogy of his king in Krishna Raya Bharata. Vyasatirtharu, also known as Vyasaraja or Vyasatirtharu, was a prominent Hindu saint and philosopher associated with the Dvaita school of Vedanta. He served as a Rajguru in the court of the Vijayanagara Empire and made significant contribution to the Haridasa movement, composing many devotional songs in Kannada. His scholarly works and leadership in spiritual and cultural realms greatly influenced the Dvaita tradition and the broader socio-religious landscape of his time. Krishna Deva Raya Dinachari in Kannada, a recently discovered, highlights a contemporary society during Krishna Deva Raya's time in his personal diary. The reign of Krishna Deva Raya was also remarkable for the encouragement and development of arts and letters. He constructed a famous Vittala Swami and Hazara Ramaswamy temple. A gopuram was added to the Virupaksha temple on the occasion of his coronation. He restored many shrines throughout South India. A gopuram was added to Virupaksha temple on the occasion of his coronation. He restored many shrines throughout the South India. Several towns, dams, and public buildings were also constructed. Many festivals and ceremonies were held during the period of Krishna Deva Raya. After Krishna Deva Raya, the great Vijayanagara Empire started declining and almost ended following the Battle of Talikota. In 1524, he made his son Tirumalai Raya the Yuvaraja, though the crown prince did not survive for long. He was poisoned to death. Suspecting the involvement of Saluva Narasimha, Krishna Deva Raya had his trusted commander and advisor blinded. At the same time, Krishna Deva Raya was preparing for an attack on Belgaum that was in Adil Shah's possession. Krishna Deva Raya took seriously ill. He died soon after in 1529. Before his death, he nominated his brother Achyuta Deva Raya as his successor. The rule of Krishna Deva Raya was a glorious chapter in the history of Vijayanagara Empire. Even the ruins at Hampi tell the glorious tale of that mighty empire. No single Muslim kingdom was capable to face the might of Vijayanagara Empire. Hence, all the 5 Muslim kingdoms, Henagar, Barar, Bidar, Bijapur, Golconda, and even the Sufis of Bijapur got together under a jihad and attacked Vijayanagar. During 1565, the attack was brief and concentrated. The aftermath was the pillage of Vijayanagar and the magnificence of Vijayanagar ended. Om Hari Om.